IELTS Speaking Part 2. Band 9. Describe a disagreement you had with someone. You should say who you had the disagreement with, what the disagreement was, what happened, and explain how you felt about it. Total time: 2 minutes, 120 seconds. Time allocation: 1. Introduction, 0 to 15 seconds. Briefly introduce the disagreement and mention when it happened. 2. Who you had the disagreement with, 15 to 35 seconds. Describe the person involved, e.g., friend, family member, coworker, and your relationship with them. 3. What the disagreement was, 35 to 65 seconds. Explain what the disagreement was about, e.g., different opinions, values, or a misunderstanding. 4. What happened, 65 to 95 seconds. Describe how the disagreement unfolded, what actions you and the other person took, and whether it escalated or got resolved. 5. How you felt about it, 95 to 115 seconds. Share how you felt during and after the disagreement, and what impact it had on you emotionally. 6. Conclusion: 115 to 120 seconds. Summarize the outcome and whether the relationship was affected or improved afterward. 1. Introduction, 0 to 15 seconds. Briefly introduce the disagreement and mention when it happened. Suggested ideas: 1. Recent event, a few months ago during a weekend in the workplace. 2. Unplanned situation, unexpected conflict, minor issue escalated, misunderstood intention. 3. Impact, lingered in mind, changed perspective, memorable experience. Example: a few months ago, I had an unexpected disagreement with a close colleague, which initially seemed minor, but eventually turned into a more intense conflict. Despite being a short interaction, it left a lasting impression on me emotionally and professionally. 2. Who you had the disagreement with, 15 to 35 seconds. Describe the person involved and your relationship with them. Suggested ideas: 1. Close relationship, colleague I often collaborate with, longtime friend, younger sibling. 2. Shared experiences, worked on joint projects, spent much time together, mutual trust. 3. Personality traits, assertive, opinionated, detail-oriented. Example: the disagreement was with a colleague I frequently collaborate with at my company. We usually have a good rapport due to our shared experiences, but this time, our conflicting viewpoints on a task direction led to tension despite our usual harmony. 3. What the disagreement was, 35 to 65 seconds. Explain what the disagreement was about, non-academic topic. Suggested ideas: 1. Different perspectives, contrasting opinions on travel, ethical dilemma, planning for a group event. 2. Cause: lack of communication, overlapping roles, unclear expectations. 3. Type: personal versus professional, logistical versus emotional, immediate versus long-term impact. Example: we disagreed over how to organize an important client presentation. I wanted a more structured approach, while he preferred a creative, free-flowing style. Due to our opposing styles of communication, the disagreement quickly became more intense than expected. 4. What happened? 65 to 95 seconds. Describe how the disagreement unfolded and whether it was resolved. Suggested ideas. 1. Initial reaction. Both stood firm, refused to compromise, got defensive. 2. Resolution steps. Open dialogue, third-party mediator, calmed emotions. 3. Outcome, reached middle ground. Agreed to disagree, mutual respect maintained. Example. Initially, neither of us was willing to concede our viewpoint, and that created an awkward atmosphere during the meeting. However, after taking some time apart, we engaged in an honest conversation where we clarified our intentions. Eventually, we found common ground through compromise and mutual respect. 5. How you felt about it. 95 to 115 seconds. Share your emotional experience and reflections. Suggested ideas. 1. Emotions. Frustrated, misunderstood, disappointed. 2. Afterthoughts. Regret for how it unfolded. Realized importance of listening. Valued honest feedback. 3. Growth. Developed better conflict resolution. Learned to stay calm. Improved communication skills. Example. Although I felt frustrated at first, I later understood that the disagreement was actually an opportunity for personal development. It taught me the importance of empathy, active listening, and managing emotions constructively, especially in high-pressure environments. 6. Conclusion. 115 to 120 seconds. Summarize the outcome and long-term impact. Suggested ideas. 1. Relationship status. Strengthened afterward, learned boundaries, more professional now. 2. Personal growth. Handle future disagreements maturely, better communicator, emotionally intelligent. 3. Final thoughts. Valuable lesson. Not all conflicts are negative. Build stronger connection. Example. In conclusion, the experience was an eye-opener that helped both of us become more effective communicators. Rather than damaging our relationship, the disagreement actually strengthened our trust and collaboration in the long run. Describe a disagreement you had with someone. Sample answer. A few months ago, I encountered a significant disagreement with a close colleague at work, which unexpectedly challenged our usual harmony. Although it arose from a relatively minor issue, this confrontation remained fresh in my mind due to its emotional intensity and professional implications. The person involved was someone I had collaborated with extensively over several projects, a coworker known for being highly meticulous and occasionally headstrong. Our working relationship was generally smooth, built on mutual respect and shared goals. But the disagreement revealed contrasting approaches to problem solving. The dispute centered around how to allocate responsibilities for an upcoming presentation. I advocated for a systematic and detailed preparation style, whereas he favored a more spontaneous and creative approach. The crux of the issue lay in our divergent communication preferences, which caused misunderstandings and amplified the tension between us. Initially, both of us were quite unyielding in our views, leading to a standoff that affected team morale. However, after cooling down, we engaged in a constructive dialogue that allowed us to express our concerns openly and honestly. Ultimately, we agreed on a compromise strategy that incorporated elements from both perspectives, preserving our professional rapport. Reflecting on the experience, I felt a mixture of frustration and enlightenment. The disagreement highlighted the necessity of active listening and patience, especially when collaborating with individuals who have different working styles. It also encouraged me to develop better conflict management skills and maintain emotional composure under pressure. In conclusion, this disagreement, though initially challenging, proved to be a valuable learning experience that strengthened our cooperation and improved our communication. Far from being detrimental, it fostered a deeper understanding and enhanced our ability to work effectively as a team. 50 academic allocations with simple explanations. Significant disagreement. An important or serious argument. Close colleague. A work partner with a strong relationship. Emotional intensity. Strong and powerful feelings. Professional implications. Work-related consequences. Highly meticulous. Very careful and precise. Headstrong attitude. Being stubborn or determined. Mutual respect. Shared admiration or consideration. Shared goals. Common objectives or aims. Contrasting approaches. Different methods or ways. Allocate responsibilities. Assign tasks or duties. Systematic preparation. Organized and methodical planning. Spontaneous approach. Acting on impulse. Divergent communication preferences. Different communication styles. Misunderstandings. Failures to understand correctly. Amplified tension. Increased stress or strain. Unyielding views. Firm and inflexible opinions. Standoff situation. A deadlock where neither side gives in. Team morale. The overall mood and attitude of a group. Constructive dialogue. Positive and helpful conversation. Express concerns openly. Share worries honestly and clearly. Compromise strategy. A solution including both sides' ideas. Preserve professional rapport. Maintain a good working relationship. Mixture of frustration and enlightenment. Feeling annoyed but gaining insight. Active listening. Fully understanding what others say. Patience under pressure. Staying calm when stressed. Conflict management skills. Ability to handle disagreements effectively. Emotional composure. Keeping calm and controlled feelings. Valuable learning experience. An important opportunity to gain knowledge. Strengthened cooperation. Improved teamwork. Enhanced communication. Better exchange of information. Work effectively as a team. Collaborate successfully with others. Professional rapport. Friendly and trusting relationship at work. Divergent perspectives. Different points of view. Facilitate resolution. Help solve a problem. Mutual understanding. Shared comprehension between people. Foster collaboration. Encourage working together. Express viewpoints clearly. Communicate opinions understandably. Handle disagreements diplomatically. Manage conflicts tactfully. Respect differing opinions. Value alternative ideas. Develop interpersonal skills. Improve abilities in interacting with others. Promote team harmony. Support a peaceful work environment. Navigate workplace conflicts. Deal with disagreements at work. Constructive criticism. Helpful feedback to improve. Cultivate empathy. Develop understanding of others' feelings. Maintain professionalism. Stay polite and responsible in work. Address issues promptly. Deal with problems quickly. Build trust among colleagues. Create confidence within a team. Negotiate solutions. Discuss to find an agreement. Balance assertiveness and compromise. Mix being firm and flexible. Reflect on experiences. Think carefully about past events.